Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And we are here at the beautiful Placa Souvlaki, which is located at 62 Newark Street. You have to come check it out because the person to my right checked it out last week when she was on the show. And that making her return for the second week in a row is our new Places Insider, Jenna Piemonte. I love saying that. You don't know.
Thank you.
Of At The Hungry Traveler. Great to see you again.
Great to see you. I'm so happy to be here.
Exactly. I'm happy to have you back, you know.
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question. You tried the food here last week.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
It was amazing. I've been trying a lot of Greek food recently.
Okay.
I love it. This food was so good.
So good, she says, you know. And one of the things that we didn't do last week, and I kind of teased this, was we didn't even introduce you to the audience. We were basically like, look, we got a new foodie. She's going to try some food here. We got to get through the segments. So today we're going to focus on you, Jenna. We want to know who you are, where you've come from. And by the way, folks, Daria, Megan, and Krista are still part of our rotation. We love them. You know, Now we have Jenna, who's also going to be part of the rotation, only if you want to be.
I'm in.
All right. I absolutely love that. I really, really do. All right, Jenna, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do from 9 to 5, and so on and so forth. The audience is dying to know.
Yeah, well, I am the Hungry Traveler. That is my social media name. I created it in August 2021. So a little, almost 2 years now, which is kind of crazy. 9 to 5. I work in the fashion industry. I'm an assistant merchant. I love what I do. I went to school for fashion. But I've always just really had a passion for food, which brought me here. And yeah, I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm from Fairlawn.
Skip to jumping away.
Yeah, not too far from Hoboken. Always in Hoboken. I absolutely love it here. So yeah, that's kind of.
But before last week, you told me that you were never here at Placa Souvlaki, correct?
No, I'd never been here before last week.
And look, she came back second week in a row.
It's like some place, you know, when you always walk past somewhere and you're like, oh, that looks really cool, because I always see like the flowers in here, and I'm like, oh, I really have to go there one day. So I'm happy that I got to try it, and it was so good.
Thanks to Peter being in the pulse. All right, sorry, I blow smoke up my tush all the time here, Jenna. So no, you know, let's focus on the Hungry Traveler because you know what I found amazing about it was you did start it a little less than 2 years ago, as you mentioned, and you have skyrocketed. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, what makes your page so unique that your numbers continue to increase?
Yeah.
Because we could use the help on the Pulse social media. Just kidding. We love them. We love our social media team.
Yeah, I think it's just like the core of everything that I wanted it to be. And I just wanted it to be something that I enjoyed. So I just always try to post things that I like. And I just hope that other people would like that too. And so far that's worked for me. Like I love getting out. I love doing things. I love trying new restaurants. So that's just kind of what I wanted my page to be about. And I called it The Hungry Traveler because I didn't want to limit myself to New Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, and I love to travel, and I've traveled a lot, luckily, over the last year or so. So I've gotten some really good food content and travel content from that. So yeah, I just really wanted it to be just like all about me, or not about me, but like all about the things that I love, so that it was authentic to myself. And I feel like people really see that. Hope.
That's what we were really looking for on the Pulse as well. You know, Krista, Daria, and Megan discuss a lot of local Hudson County restaurants. We did expand the horizons, talking about places that they've traveled to and so on and so forth. But, you know, you've really called yourself a traveler for that reason. So I have to tell you, you know, we've kind of beat up the Hudson County restaurant scene and so on and so forth. Fairlawn, I believe, is Bergen County, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, it's Bergen.
Okay. It's lower Bergen County. So talk to me about some of the places that the Hungry Traveler has been to that the audience must go to.
Yeah, I'd say my all-time favorite go-to right now is Soup Dumplings Plus in Fort Lee. Not Bergen County, or it is Bergen County. That's Bergen County.
Yeah.
So amazing. It was voted best dumplings in New Jersey at one point.
Wow.
Yes. Absolutely incredible. If you haven't been, you have to go.
Okay. And that's a hop, skip, and a jump away from here.
Yeah. So easy to get to.
Unless Christie's back governor and he closes the George Washington Bridge. Yeah. Again, you know? But that's right at the time. We'll save that for Josh. Anyway, go on.
I just tried this new pizza spot in Nutley called Emilio's Wood Fire Pizza. It is hands down one of the best pizzas in New Jersey.
Nice.
It is so good. I found it on Instagram from another foodie that I follow. And it was so good. Family run business, very small. It's in like a little, like, it almost looks like a house.
Gotcha.
Absolutely incredible. Their reservations are selling out every weekend.
Interesting.
So good. If you have to check it out if you get the chance.
You know, and I'm going to interrupt you one second here because I think like Dave Portnoy has really ruined the pizza game. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Dave. I think he's done, you know, a phenomenal job at showcasing some pizzerias, and anywhere he goes that gets a high score, it does very, very well. However, he likes pizza a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't like it that way, you might not like the ratings he's giving to those places. So how does the Hungry Traveler like their pizza?
So I'm Italian. So I like a classic Napolitani style pizza. That's what Emilio's is. I was speaking to the chef when I was there, and he said that they really try to keep to like their authentic self. It's just great. They really do. I mean, I've eaten pizza in Italy. It is 100% comparable.
Wow.
Yeah, it is very good.
Phenomenal. Anywhere else?
Ooh, where else do I like? What else have I tried recently?
Yeah.
I love 820 Smash.
Okay.
It's a burger pop-up in Westwood. Amazing burgers. They're smash burgers. They're kind of small.
Gotcha.
But they are incredible. So juicy. They come with fries, onion rings, the whole thing. They have their own sauce. Incredible. It's only open Friday to Sunday.
Right.
So it gives you kind of like that exclusive feeling. Incredible. Highly recommend.
So now, you know, I actually did my research. The audience at home knows I don't like to do that before I go on air. And I noticed that you were holding in one of your recent videos, one of your reels, a huge taco. Talk to me about
oh my
taco.
Gosh. That taco. And so it's a 4-pound taco.
No way.
4-pound taco.
That's like more than you weigh.
No, literally. No, just kidding. It was massive. I don't know what I expect. I don't think I had expectations. I mean, it's a 4-pound taco. I was like, how am I going to eat this? How many people does it take to eat this?
Right.
So me and my parents ate it. So it takes 3 people. We completely devoured it.
Wow.
It was incredible. The shell was really like delicate, almost like when you get a taco salad and it comes in that shell. That shell is very similar.
Gotcha.
So it was amazing. It had fries on it.
No way.
Had fries on it, which is something that I never thought I needed on a taco until now. Right. It was incredible. It was such a fun experience too. Like that's not something that you see every day. I don't normally eat giant food. So I loved it. It was really good.
Exactly. Exactly. And are there any places that are on your radar possibly to try in the near future?
Yes, I am dying to go to Pasta Ramen. It just opened in Montclair. Nice. The reservations are intense. I'm going to try hopefully soon for one of their upcoming reservations, or I think I'm just going to get on like a wait list type of thing, like try to get one because of a canceled reservation. Exactly. But it is incredibly hard to get in. Yeah. So I'm thinking like kind of impromptu, I think might work better for me because scheduling like a month in advance sometimes doesn't work out. Exactly.
Well,
you just never know.
Not when you're the Hungry Traveler and you're traveling everywhere. The name is just, it rolls off the tongue.
Thank you.
It's like Piemonte.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, you did.
Of course I did, right? I mean, from Biancamano, right? So, you know, Daria, our other foodie, she was a Delucia. Yes. And then all of a sudden she turned into peace. And I'm like, you know, so now with Krista, you know, she's a Stucchio, so I do a little bit of that, but now I have a Piemonte. So, all right, enough Italianness out of me coming out. Jenna, thank you so much. We hope that you will be back on the program. You did a phenomenal job these last 2 weeks.
Thank you.
And, you know, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And, you know, if you ever want to come back, you know my number. You can text me.
Yeah, of course. I love it.
I love an of course. I usually don't get an of course.
Jenna
Piemonte of @TheHungryTraveler. Make sure you follow her, and then might as well follow the Pulse of Peter B as well. Thanks again, Jenna. I really appreciate it. All right, folks, when we come back, we are going to be in a different location, but with some familiar faces over in Secaucus, New Jersey. You're not going to want to miss it. We will be right back. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse with Peter B. Folks, don't forget to go on our Facebook and our Instagram pages by searching The Pulse with Peter B. and like and follow us on each of those platforms. We're constantly updating those pages with previews of each week's segments and cool stories. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our email address at thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com. Welcome back to the Pulse with Peter B. And as promised, we are here at Long Shot Pistol and Rifle, located at 375 County Avenue, Suite number 1 in the beautiful city of Secaucus, New Jersey. And we are here at the Hispanic Republicans of North Jersey Lincoln Night Dinner. And we've been promoting this on the show in previous episodes. Josh and Hermenio Mendoza have spoke about it. And as mentioned, we are so honored to be covering this in this segment. But we're going to have an exclusive interview with a person who's very familiar to the show, and that is Bill Spadia of New Jersey 101.5, the morning drive morning show on there, and also the founder of the Common Sense Club. You know what? Bill seems like he's ready to go. Let's go right to that interview. And later on, we might even have another surprise for you. All right, as promised, we're here with Bill Spadia, host of Morning Drive at New Jersey 101.5, and of course, the founder of the Common Sense Club. Bill, great to see you on the Pulse again.
Great to be back. Thank you for having me.
You're becoming a natural here. We're going to have to get you a press credential. What do you think?
That's right. That's right. Look, it's a great show. This is a great group of people being here tonight with so many believers in the Second Amendment, so many folks that believe we can fix New Jersey, restore our freedoms, fight for our prosperity. It was a great night.
I tell you, you certainly had the crowd mesmerized with everything you were saying. It almost looked like you were holding a town hall. So does this mean, Mr. Spadia, that you're thinking about running for the governor of the great state of New Jersey?
So I will tell you this, and this is how I answer this. It has crossed my mind. And we'll leave it at that, because right now, 2025 is still 2 years away. If you look at where we are in 2023, we are poised to take back potentially the Assembly, the Senate. We're only 6 seats down in the Senate. We're only 7 seats down in the Assembly. And in 2022, we won hundreds, 447 as a matter of fact, school board seats. So the first focus is to get through 2023. Then we're going to get through 2024, and then we're going to see where we are in 2025.
Absolutely.
The group keeps growing. We're at 105,000 members right now.
Wow, unbelievable. That is incredible. So you mentioned a lot of things that a person who is running for governor would say. I'm going to keep inching away here, Bill. This isn't Josh on the host chair. Now it's Peter. So the last person that ran for the Republican nominee, he certainly towed the line after the primary in trying to get independent voters. Tonight, you certainly towed the line, I think, of a more conservative stance in the state of New Jersey. You mentioned about the Second Amendment. You mentioned about the governor not, fulfilling his promises when just about anything, basically.
First of all, they're not conservative issues. When you think about the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, these are everyday American issues. These are issues for normal families out there, small business owners, moms and dads and cops and teachers and everyone in between. Unfortunately, the only line towing that happened in 2021 were Republican talking points that were all about taxes. And this was after 2 years of a lockdown where people, businesses like this would have been happy to be back paying taxes. Just let us open. How do you explain the 1/3 of the businesses that will never open again? Who spoke for those businesses? Who fought for the teachers and the nurses who were subject to these outrageous and overdone testing and vaccine mandates? We had firefighters losing their jobs over the mandates, and the last Republican nominee didn't speak to any of those folks that were suffering under this Democratic rule in Trenton. I believe we're going to do a lot better in 2025.
So you've become wildly
Whoever it is.
Whoever it is, correct? Yeah, I don't know. He keeps giving us hints here. You've become widely popular. 1.5 million listeners on the radio, and you said over 100,000.
105,000 members now. Common Sense Club.
Common Sense Club. Why do you think your message is resonating, not only with one political side or the other, but certainly with all New Jerseyans?
Common sense. Common sense. I am a registered Republican, but the message is not about Republicans. Like, tonight is the Hispanic Republican Lincoln Day dinner. I can't remember the last time the Republican Party went out of their way to appeal to minority voters. And what they miss sometimes is they talk about the labeling. We're going to have a specific dedicated event that's going to appeal to someone based on their race or their creed, their background. Our message at Common Sense Club is I don't care who you are, whatever your skin color, whatever your economic level, freedom is good for everyone. And what we have to do is restore rights to parents and small business owners and community leaders. You know, the bus driver deserves a say, the welder deserves a say, union workers deserve a say, non-union workers, and everyone in between. And sadly, both parties have strayed from that message of normal. You got the Democrats who are so radical that they've got gender confusion now among grade schoolers. It's completely outrageous, inappropriate, and dangerous. The Democrats have never been held accountable for the 8,000 plus elderly deaths in our nursing homes during the lockdowns. And the Republicans have failed to effectively challenge that narrative now going on, I don't know, how far do we have to go back? 30 years? I mean, since Governor Whitman. So people are craving a change. And again, it's not about me, it is about the message. And the message of common sense is working because the message of common sense does not know from party boundaries. It's not about where you're registered. I talk to independents all day long. Remember, my audience is a third Democrat, a third independent, and a third Republican. So the folks that don't like what I'm doing because it infringes on their turf and their territory, they like to label me, oh, that guy is a conservative. Well, I'm pretty conservative when it comes to running my business and helping lead my family. But conservative values are American values. And the truth is, we're all essentially independent thinkers. You know, there's no rule book that's other than the Constitution that we should all be following.
Interesting. Well, Bill Spadia, thank you so much for your time. Host of Morning Drive on New Jersey 101.5 and the founder of the Common Sense Club. We want to see you back on the Pulse. Is that a promise?
You'll see me again.
I absolutely love that. All right, folks, more from the Long Shot Pistol and Rifle in Secaucus, New Jersey at the Hispanic Republicans of North Jersey's Lincoln Night Dinner.
Welcome to Hudson River Care and Counseling. Hello, I'm Dr. Pam Pater-Ennis, the CEO and founder of Hudson River Care and Counseling with over 30 years of clinical social work experience and therapy. We are a progressive counseling and coaching practice with a diverse team that brings a holistic approach to clients. We offer support both in person and through digital platforms such as telehealth. Consider us a safe haven that you can trust with care for your mental health needs. Visit our website to set up a consultation today.
All right, we're back here with a familiar face. It is our resident political analyst, Josh Sotomayor Einstein. Josh, so great seeing you.
I wish I could say the pleasure was mutual.
Exactly. So we just had Bill Spadia on, and he basically sat here and discussed common sense, what he said was common sense, to issues in New Jersey. But before we get into those topics, what are we doing here at Long Shot Pistol and Rifle?
Well, first, I'm sure if you're calling it common sense and he was saying it definitely fell on deaf ears. So right now we're in Long Shot Pistol and Rifle, a wonderful shooting club having the Hispanic Republicans of North Jersey Lincoln Dinner. It's an annual tradition that Republican parties across the nation do because Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican president, the great emancipator, and it goes to the tradition of individual freedom and liberty that the Republican Party stands for, you know, whether it was for emancipating the slaves or all the major civil rights legislation that Republicans were the ones that supported in greater number than the Democrats, to individual freedom and responsibility today that Republicans stand for, believe in, because we trust you to make your own decisions.
Well, here's a shock. Josh is a registered Republican. Mr. Spady actually told me that a third of his audience on NJ 101.5 is actually Democrats, and he believes that many people who are signing up to the Common Sense Club, over 105,000 people, are Democrats as well. So he spoke a lot about, I thought it was conservative issues. He corrected me in the last segment. He said that they were common sense issues. What is the difference between what he spoke about and what the last Republican nominee for governor spoke about during his last run?
So I would say, you know, first talking about Spadia's leadership and listenership, is that there are a lot of common sense New Jerseyans of, you know, the Democratic Party. I have some of my family members that don't like the way the Democratic Party in our state under Phil Murphy and nationally under President Biden is going down, you know, this sort of woke, insane way. And I think last gubernatorial run, our standard bearer, Jack and I are friends. You know, I don't think that he made the message hard enough. I don't think that he hit it hard enough. I think his heart was in the good place and he was trying, and he did a very good job. But at the end of the day, it didn't beat home the issues that the Democrats were going after that are insane, like trying to indoctrinate children as young as the 3rd grade, trying to tell them, about sexual activities, which is like whether you're gay, straight, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. Don't talk to kids that aren't your children that are in their single digits about. It's very simple. Don't teach kids about when they're in elementary school. And so that's actually in the curriculum in many of our schools in New Jersey, and it's part of the curriculum that Democrats are pushing. And, Jack went for it a little bit, but then he drew back when there was some pushback. So I think we need somebody that's not going to be a culture war crusader, but someone that's going to fight against the Democrats' cultural crusade against everything common sense.
All right. Well, Josh Sotomayor-Einstein, on that level, on that note, I should say, sorry, Jim at home, that you have to bleep out a lot of the things that Josh just said, but congratulations on a very, very successful event, and we hope to be at more of these in the future.
Well, I hope to have you guys here. Thanks so much.
All right, folks. When we come back, we're back at Plaka Souvlaki in Hoboken. We're traveling all over Hudson County. You're not going to want to miss it. We will be right back. Peter Biancamano back with you. Don't forget to watch us on cable access every Sunday and Monday at 9 a.m. Optimum Channel 18, Files Channel 46, and Comcast Channel 190. Also on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m., you can watch our show on our YouTube channel, and you can also binge watch all of our old shows. Who doesn't want to keep watching The Pulse with Peter B? We'll see you there. Welcome back to The Pulse with Peter B. Peter Biancamano back at Plaka Souvlaki, located at 62 Newark Street in the beautiful city of Hoboken, New Jersey. We had a great time last segment over at the Lincoln Dinner in Secaucus, but we're going to have an even better time this segment because back for the second week in a row is our pro wrestling insider, Mr. Rob Tonnesen, to discuss Night 2 of the grandest stage of it all, WrestleMania 39. Did you enjoy Night 1, sir?
Night 1 was fine.
It was fine, you said.
Well, you gotta. It's like a roller coaster. You just gotta build up to the eventual down.
I like this. I like this. Now, speaking of building up, this is what the WWE does very, very well in terms of their main events.
Yes.
For the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship between Roman Reigns, one of the longest serving champions of all time, going against Cody Rhodes. This match is really the mecca of all matches for both nights. Who do you like?
Roman Reigns has been, as of filming, champion for 933 days.
Wow. That's over 3 years, close to 3 years?
It'll be 3 years if he makes it to September.
Wow.
This has been a championship reign that has not been seen since Hulk Hogan in 1983. I always said, who's the guy to beat Roman? If you would have told me 3 years ago that it would be Cody Rhodes, I probably would have taken this microphone and beaten you over the head with it. Cody Rhodes went from being...
Thank God, they cost a lot of money that you didn't do that.
Exactly. Went from being Stardust, a nobody in the WWE, left, reinvented himself, joined the Bullet Club in Japan, started AEW. I mean, make AEW, his run in AEW, what it was, but he went from being somebody that nobody wanted to now in the main event. Is Cody the guy to beat Roman? Sure. Sure, why not? It tells the story. It finishes the story of what he wanted. And he's always wanted a Rhodes family member to have the title. And if Cody's going to be the one to bring back the winged eagle belt from our childhood, let it be Cody.
So you think it's going to be Cody? You think the reign ends for Roman Reigns?
I truly think it's going to.
I have to tell you this. One of the things that I was amazed about was they cut a promo, the two of them, a couple Mondays ago on Raw, where literally Roman Reigns was sitting there basically telling Cody Rhodes that you've run away from everything. And they even brought up the promotion that the WWE is going against. And I just think the cojones, excuse my lip, of the WWE doing this really makes the match authentic.
It does. And not just that, it's also the fact that the story is told because of Dusty,
right.
Cody's father. Roman was in NXT, which was Dusty's promotion, and Dusty helped build a lot of the stars that you see on WWE. And Dusty had said Roman is a $1 billion check.
Wow.
So Dusty has always said Cody's my kid, but Roman's the $1 billion check. So when you throw that into the story, it builds the story. But once again, I think with WWE, with the nostalgia, with the idea, I think you just have to go with Cody.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, we started off this half of the segment hot, because we figure we need to spend a little bit of time on that. But we are going to go to a quick commercial break and talk about some other matches on night 2 of the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania from SoFi Stadium. Make sure if you didn't tune in for night 1, you have to tune in for night 2, only on Peacock, Rob's favorite streaming platform. Correct?
Well, as long as Chelsea's doing good.
All right, folks, more with Rob right after this commercial break. Welcome back to the Pulse with Peter B. Still joined by our pro wrestling insider, Mr. Rob Tonnesen, discussing night 2 of the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 39. Rob, I have to just keep repeating the grandest stage of them all because that's the way I grew up, and that was the cheesy line that they used.
They used the cheesiest of the cheesy lines, grandest stage in them all, the showcase of the immortals.
Exactly.
However you want to phrase it.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Don't give me
or
that.
as I like to say it, and I said it last week, I didn't say it this week, the Super Bowl of pro wrestling, WrestleMania.
And don't give me that face. That was a Gorilla Monsoon line.
That was a Gorilla Monsoon line, 100%. All right, let's talk about, and I know you love this match, it's the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. These are 3 hard-nosed, just absolutely skilled wrestlers in the ring like your grandfather used to make. Who do you like in this one?
I am grinning from ear to ear because this will be my favorite match of the weekend.
Pure wrestlers. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah.
This is going to be big meaty men bumping meat. It's what it's going to be. It's the easiest way I can describe it. Gunther is one of the hardest hitters in the business. Sheamus and Gunther had an amazing match at Clash at the Castle back in September, and you throw Drew in there. Drew has become a locker room leader, and he has really been kind of the guy that's been the leader backstage. So I think giving Drew the win here makes sense. So I'm going to predict Drew, even though just like Roman, as we said in the commercial, 933 days for Roman Reigns, Gunther is very slowly approaching, I think he's approaching almost a year. And when he was last champion, it was of NXT UK, and he was champion for close to 600 days.
Wow.
So he is known for lengthy reigns because he is that good.
So who do you like again?
I like Drew.
Drew. All right. We did last week's talk about the SmackDown Women's Championship match, which took place last night. And hopefully this match will take place tonight.
Yes.
As of this filming, we believe it will be on Sunday. And that's the Raw Women's Championship match. Sasha Banks is back.
No, not Sasha Banks. Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair? Well, what are you giving me my notes that say
I'm
Sasha
sorry,
Banks
I'm
for?
sorry.
Bianca Belair, that is. I knew.
My mistake. I
knew
wrote
it was
it wrong.
Bianca Belair, but I wanted to test them. And she's facing, of course, Asuka, who's this Japanese women's sensation. Who do you like in this one? Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
Yes. I like Bianca to retain.
Gotcha.
I absolutely do like Bianca to retain, even though I love Asuka. And Asuka has adopted or readopted her killer clown Kana from which was her persona from Japan, which is fantastic. If you saw her from the Rumble, how she debuted that. But just as Rhea has really been the lightning rod for the women's division on one side, Bianca's been the lightning rod on the other side.
That's awesome.
And she's been carrying the division, and I don't see her stopping.
Okay. So Bianca Belair is going to retain. Rob, we have about 60 seconds left. Any surprises? I mean, usually the Royal Rumble, you get a lot of surprises, but now we're talking about WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all. Any surprises that you feel is going to happen?
A lot of things that people are looking forward to is either the SmackDown before WrestleMania or the Raw after WrestleMania. And especially with the Raw after WrestleMania, you look to who hasn't been popping up on television lately. And one guy that hasn't been popping up lately is former IWGP champion and former leader of the Bullet Club, Jay White. And there has been a lot of news that he is going to WWE because he has not shown up on AEW, and that would be a logical landing spot for him. So since he hasn't shown up there, Jay White probably is headed WWE bound.
Either tonight at WrestleMania or most likely tomorrow night.
Most likely
the
the
Raw
Monday
after WrestleMania. Rob Tonnesen, our Pro Wrestling Insider. Thank you so much again. This is your Super Bowl. I hope you enjoy it, buddy.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. I'm Peter Biancamano. I hope you have a great week, everybody.